digging into Matt's records. Take 2. So, everyone liked the first video, so we're gonna do another one.
We can do this once a week, every week, for the next 60 years.
Let's go. Matt does not know what I'm gonna pull out.
Cartel, the Ransom. This is cool. I actually met the guy who pressed this. His name is Joe. He works for a company called Company Inc.
Okay.
And it's a record label. He started to press some stuff that was like kind of pop punky and wasn't ever pressed. This is Cartel's first EP that came out, and Cartel is one of my favorite pop punk bands. Their album Chroma, which your finger's actually on, is one of my high school albums that got me through high school, and I got to see them do not in a bad way. It wasn't like a sad alone crying listening to it. It's upbeat, and I got to see them do it for the 10-year anniversary in LA actually last year, which was cool. But yeah, this is on clear vinyl. It is the most limited variant of this.
Of course.
And yeah, it's a great EP. Modest Mouse. We were dead before the ship even sank. This is actually probably my second least favorite of their albums, but I still really like it. I own it because I love Modest Mouse. They're one of my favorite bands.
What's your number 1 favorite?
The Moon in Antarctica, followed by Lonesome Crowded West, and they're right there, and I can't really pick between them. They're both fantastic. This album gets a lot of flack. A lot of their fans are not a fan of it. It's a little poppier than their earlier stuff, which is that kind of edge to it and the kind of garage rock almost sound at times. This is definitely poppy, but some of my favorite Modest Mouse songs are on this. Spitting Venom is one of my favorite Modest Mouse songs. I love Miss the Boat. Of course, Dashboard's an incredible single. People don't like Florida. I like Florida.
Flo Rida is on this?
Nope, that's a song called Florida.
I'm kidding.
She's not kidding. Pains of Being Pure at Heart, Days of Abandon. This is a really good jangle poppy shoegaze band. This is their 3rd album. And of course, knowing me, the collector, I got it unlimited. This is the bone-colored. Their sound has evolved a lot from their first to their 3rd album. Their first was a lot more kind of shoegazy and lo-fi. This is definitely their poppiest of their 3. But if you like that kind of sound, this is one of my favorite bands of the genre. So Pains of Being Pure at Heart is definitely a must-have. Alright, if you guys follow us on Instagram, you would have saw that I posted about this a couple weeks ago. This is Eluvium, which is one of my all-time favorite modern classical ambient artists. I think his name is Matthew Cooper.
This is beautiful.
This is one of the most beautiful packaging I have for a record, period. This is Volume 2, the second half of his career. Most of his stuff is not really easy to get on vinyl, and the first half of his career on Volume 1, I did not get that, and that is impossible to find for less than like $400 on Discogs.
How much was that puppy?
This was like $150 or something, which is really nice because it comes with like 8 discs, I believe.
And a library card?
Library card is also signed. Show them. It's signed by. They signed my name because I bought it. But it's also. It's also. I think it's signed by by Matthew himself and a couple of the other people, collaborators, the artists and stuff. You open it up and like it's like this gorgeous artwork, and each one has a disc inside.
This is so pretty, Matt.
Yeah, and the music is absolutely stunning. I mean, it's the perfect background music, or if you just want to sit down and get lost in your own thoughts, like. Eluvium just takes you on this journey. It's great to sleep to. It's great to like just relax to.
I didn't even see that you posted this.
Just even look at our Instagram. There you go.
But oh my god!
So this is one of my favorite pieces I own from like an aesthetic standpoint, but the music matches. She's touching the soundtracks now. Let's see what's going on.
If you don't know, Matt's whole room is like full of walls of records.
Not all. There's a Star Wars wall.
There on the floor. So, yeah.
This is Garden State!
Ah!
And this is actually unopened. I got this, and I have so many records that I haven't listened to all of them because there's not enough time in the day.
I go to sleep to this album.
This is one of those I did not open yet, but I know I will. This is the Record Store Day edition. You know what? Let's open it right now on camera.
Yay! I love the Garden State soundtrack, even though I've not even seen the movie yet.
So this soundtrack is incredible. It has some of the best artists. It has 07, which is one of our favorite down-tempo artists. The Shins.
This is where they got like their start, right?
New Slang. This blew them up. Thievery Corporation, Iron and Wine, Simon and Garfunkel, Frou Frou, Nick Drake. This soundtrack front to back is one of my favorite movie soundtracks ever. And the movie is great too, and I'm from Jersey, so... That's
cool.
That helps. But
I love Scrubs, and there's really good music in Scrubs too. So
Zach Braff is great with his music. But ready for the color? This is the Record Store Day edition last year of this. Boom!
Oh, dude, that's like Sunny D color.
Sunny D, like swirl. The soundtrack is terrific, and I'm pretty selective with my soundtracks. I only have one cube of them, and this is one of them that was a must-have.
Let's do more soundtracks. I'm interested.
Great.
I took a peek of this, so I'm kind of cheating, but I wanted you to talk about it. Boom!
Another sealed one. This is...
How are they still sealed?
Because I'm not always in the mood to listen to soundtracks. I feel like when I have records, I'll sometimes put them away and be like, I know I have this when I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah,
Listen to it.
records are forever.
Not always in the mood to listen to a soundtrack. You have to be in that special mood. In Game of Thrones, we're both huge Game of Thrones fans.
Huge.
And this is the Season 3 soundtrack of Game of Thrones. I can't,
Stark blood splattered vinyl? That's so cute!
I don't know if that's cute, but this is the first pressing of this, limited to 1,000. I got it, and
Can you open it?
Let's see what it looks like.
Ugh.
That's gorgeous. This is a Stark blood. We're not going to say who in case you haven't watched the show. But if you haven't watched the show by now, you should. But yeah, this is really gorgeous color.
Awesome.
Pretty happy I got the limited.
Let's go to the oldie section.
Oldies. Like 50s through 80s. It's not too old.
That's super old. Dude, we're in 2016.
Since when? She pulled out Bob Dylan's greatest hits. Now, I have most of Bob Dylan's actual LPs.
What's your favorite?
Favorite LP? That's so hard. Probably Freewheelin' Bob Dylan or Blonde on Blonde.
Mine is Blonde on Blonde.
It's because I showed you.
No. Oh, yeah. But you didn't? Okay, whatever.
I mean, Blood on the Tracks. You really can't go wrong with a lot of his like earlier LPs. My secret favorite LP that no one really loves is Infidels, which has this kind of weird like tropical poppy sound at times, and it's cool, but it's only special to me because my dad and I listened to it because the tape got stuck in his car as a kid. And
Like
that's
in
all
How
we
I Met
listened
Your
to.
Mother.
Yeah. But this is one of the first records I got, Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, before I acquired the actual albums. And I'm not a huge fan of Greatest Hits albums, but I saw this, and I think it was at like a thrift store or something, and I was like, yeah, I have to have this.
How could you not have a Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits?
Because you have the rest of it.
A little thing I want to say is I never really wanted to get into Bob Dylan until Matt introduced me to him, and now I'm obsessed with him. So if you never tried him, give him a try, because you'll love him.
That's true. Yeah, good pick, Sandy. Led Zeppelin 4. This is my favorite Led Zeppelin, and most Led Zeppelin superfans will disagree with me and say that 2, 3 are their favorites. This is my favorite. It has their best, most poppy songs, I think. It has, you know, Misty Mountain Hop, Black Dog, Stairway to Heaven. I think front to back it plays almost through like a greatest hits in the sense of like every song and it's super enjoyable and you recognize almost all of it. This was one of the first records that I bought as well.
At the same day that you bought
Not the same
Bob
day.
Dylan?
I actually bought this off Reckless Records website in Chicago. I remember I found out that you could order records online, like from
and that
like
was the end of your
from
life?
like a physical store. And at that point, I was like, my wallet's gone. There's no point to have a wallet anymore. But I remember looking up Led Zeppelin. I was like, I don't have any, and I saw they had a copy of this pretty clean for like $7.99. I was like, plus like $5 shipping. What a deal!
Yeah.
I found it cheaper since, but it means a lot to me still because it's my first Led
course.
Zeppelin album I owned on vinyl, and that's my favorite. And I've had it since I started collecting.
It's like one of your OG records.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna move into electronic. Take a little peek in that abyss. Ooh, you just told me about this.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So we just got into a new genre of music.
We're gonna do a video about this genre as soon as I can compile my thoughts properly. But this is Vaporwave genre, which is almost impossible for me to explain right now. It's like repurposed, not repurposed sounds, but it's... How would you describe Vaporwave, having listened to it?
It's like yoga on acid, but in music form.
It's very chilled out, atmospheric music that has a lot of unique sounds in it. That's sometimes like
it.
computer generated sounds, and just like it sounds really lame on paper.
It's like when you're in the metro station in New York and then you hear sounds all around you, but then there's music.
Yeah, this album in particular makes me feel like I'm sitting on a subway outdoors, like one of those outdoor rails in like Tokyo. Never been to Tokyo. And I feel like I'm just like have my eyes closed and just letting the sounds kind of just take over as I go
And
through
you're
the city.
still, and everything else is moving in a fast pace.
Yes, this is by Dream Catalog is the label that pressed this. So this is by 2814. This was a Kickstarter album. It wasn't ever on vinyl. It was on cassette, and it got to vinyl limited. I don't remember, maybe 1,500 copies or something. Sold out super fast, and now it goes for like $200 online. I feel
What?
Yeah, I feel incredibly lucky to own this because it's such an incredible album. And if you don't know Vaporwave, this is an incredible album to get you into Vaporwave with. So we're gonna do a video about Vaporwave. Look forward to it. But this is one of the
Awesome.
best of the genre. This next one Sandy just picked, she wants to talk about because she kind of introduced me to it.
So I introduced Matt to the best genre in the world. It's called bossa nova, or whatever. Brazilian music in general is like amazing. And Joao Gilberto is the king of bossa nova, and this is Chega de Saudade. It's one of his best. We both think
It's his debut.
This is debut.
Came out in the late 50s. I thought it was early 60s. It's late 50s.
We think his best is his self-titled.
It's a white album.
It's perfection in an album. But anyway, this is so hard to get. Any Brazilian is so hard to get because this stupid guy named, what was his name?
It's not entirely Madlib's fault, but Madlib and like a bunch of other hip-hop artists went to Brazil at some point and they went and like cleared it out of all the Brazilian pressings, and that's how the story goes. I don't know how like 100% true it is.
I didn't mean to call him stupid. But a lot of Japanese people too, they went and they bought a lot of like Brazilian records.
Because the music's so good and it's so desirable, and now it's super hard to find early original pressings.
And everything is so expensive.
And they reissued a lot of them. Like, this album has a reissue. However, I feel like the reissue's quality are not as good as the original. You know, I think they're probably digitally sourced.
Whatever. I don't care, as long as I have it. But this is...
That's a first pressing.
This is, like, one of your coolest albums to me. And I'm gonna steal it.
Nope.
Well, that was Matt's 1% of his record collection.
It's the tip of the iceberg. We got more coming at you if you like it. So leave comments, tell us what you liked about the video.
Let us know if you want some more.
We got more for you. I'm Matt.
And I'm Sandy.
And this is Damn It, Sandy.
Yeah.